New year, new army. Easy as that. Wargaming and miniature YouTube is all about the spectacle. It's about the pageantry. It's about doing the most. It's about having 1,000,000 points of your army. It's about painting that army in only 48 hours. It's about scratch building a model that's the size of Shaquille O'Neal, Warlord Titan. Now that stuff is super awesome. It's aspirational. It's why I'm on YouTube. I have my own aspirations, but as I sit to make my own New Year's resolutions, what actually is realistic for me? With my job, my side job, my YouTube, a baby on the way, how do I realistically have a fulfilling hobby in 2023? Let's build some productive New Year's resolution goals. Roll that intro, New Year's. Welcome to Corner Case. You're in the hobby corner. I am your host, your previously new friend and current best friend, Deck. With the baby coming, a lot of my dad friends are just telling me to be prepared to disappear for the next 5 to 10 years. And babies are super expensive, which puts more pressure on my day job to make money, which means that I basically in 2023 have no money and no time. So how do I have a fulfilling hobby? But you see, my hobby is a cornerstone of my mental health. So even if I can't do it in a big way in 2023, I still want to do it, and I still want to be proud of my work. So what makes a good goal? Good goals are specific and they have a defined scope. Good goals have a deadline and they're backed by social pressure. So there are two types of goals that I can set to set myself up for success. Those two types of goals are outcome goals and process goals. Outcome goals are like, I want to have 5 armies painted by this day, and process goals support those. Like to do that, I'm going to paint 2 hours a day. Process goals are super fun to think about because they really shape your day. Process goals are best when they're setting you up for success for goals that require work over a longer period of time. For example, and I've done this before for sketching, I created a process goal for illustration: pick up my Apple Pencil twice a day. Really easy to accomplish, and it supports your outcome goal of becoming a better illustrator. Process goals need to be sensitive to your actual situation. For example, it would not be a good process goal for me to say that I need to paint 2 hours a night. That just isn't realistic for me. But if I said I need to paint 8 hours every week, then I could kind of break that up how I see fit, and it's actually something I could accomplish. Goals don't work if you're constantly not meeting them. So the first step to setting great goals is knowing exactly what I want to do, and as it happens, I do already know this, but in order to have this video with you guys, I need to reveal my dirty little secrets. For what you guys know, in 2023, for Infinity, I want to finish painting all of my Aleph army. I think that perfectly makes sense, achievable. I've already started. In terms of secret stuff, not so secret anymore. I have been collecting Forco. I'm quite into foreign company. I have quite a bit collected already and painted. So I would like to finish that in the first half of 2023. And I have also been secretly collecting Bakunin, yes, ahead of the announcement of their update. So those are my dirty secrets. I have actually been collecting and painting other factions, Forco and Bakunin, and I would like to finish them both next year. Sorry, this year. For Guild Ball, I want to finish my capsule experience. That means finishing painting on my butchers, alchemists, and hunters, which were my latest acquisition, but are actually the farthest along. And lastly, I want to build a terrain board that I can use for both Infinity and Malifaux. I already have it designed. I'm calling it the Frozen Board. It is a bunker built into a snowy hill, flanked by a body of water that is frozen over, so a frozen lake or river, and some type of downed aircraft or frozen submerged tank. So Frozen Board is a huge goal of mine, especially after that Guild Ball board. So much fun. So that's what I want for 2023 is paint Infinity stuff, paint Guild Ball stuff, and start and finish my Frozen terrain board. I do also happen to have like a big backlog of alternate and limited Malifaux stuff that I have been slowly chipping away at, and I would like to finish painting that stuff as well. Slay the Gray. Okay, so it sounds like we know exactly what we would like to do. We would like to paint a ton of stuff. But that's not manageable. That's not a good goal. It needs to be on a timeline. It needs to be more specific. And I actually don't really know what child rearing is going to be like. So setting these goals is not going to be simple. I think that's actually the starting point, is understanding that I don't know what next year is going to be like. I think setting a 12-month long goal isn't a good setup for myself. I think setting 6-month goals probably is a better setup for success. And then based on how that first 6 months go, I can plan for the back half of the year with more information. So the baby is due in February, end of February. I want to set up even smaller chunks. So like a midterm goal of end of Q1. Realistically though, my March is totally shot probably. So I think painting my Aleph army by the end of March is most realistic, because realistically, like I already started painting on my Aleph. I'm like more than halfway done. So let's do Aleph by the end of March, and then Forco and Butchers by the end of June. I think that's pretty good. It gives me a lot of time to complete all of that stuff. In fact, I think I just said it's a lot of time, but with the level of painting that I like to do, I'm actually getting kind of stressed that this is not enough time, and it's feeling pretty tight with the baby and all. Another thing is if I finish anything this season, I would love to do the frozen terrain board that I was talking about. I'm super excited about that. So I'm going to make that actually a Q1 midterm goal. So I know that I just told y'all that I have no money and no time, and the baby's coming. And why did I just put the biggest project on my plate due at the midterm goal? For those of y'all unfamiliar with project management, there is something called Parkinson's Law. So what is Parkinson's Law? Parkinson's Law states that projects expand to fill the time that they are allotted. So if I'm really serious about finishing this terrain board by the end of June, then realistically, knowing that it's the biggest challenge, I'm going to put it up front and really try and hit that Q1 midterm goal, because even if I miss, I'm in a way better position than if I just put it at the end of June. That's to say, if you gave me more time, I could expand scope. I could noodle on details, but if you told me I have less time, then I'm going to act like I have less time. I'm going to make decisions more quickly. I might not noodle. I might say I can fix that later. So Parkinson's Law. Okay, so as a summary, my outcome goals for the first half of 2023. Q1, have Aleph painted and finish my frozen board. And Q2, have Forco painted and have Butchers painted. This is the bare minimum. If I can accomplish more, great. But I'm really hesitant to add more to my strict goals because I feel like I'm already going to be really slammed. So what types of process goals will I use to achieve my outcome goals? Process goals are best when they are consistently achievable. That's different from outcome goals, which kind of need to be aspirational in order to be good goals. Process goals, I need to be able to achieve this consistently every time because they're the driver to make sure I get to my outcome goal. I'm super chaotic, so I think my process goals need to be sensitive to that. So I don't think a daily number of hours spent is a good process goal for me, but I think I can do 8 hours. I think if I do 8 hours in a week, I think that is a good process goal for me to achieve. It'll still be a little challenging, but I think I can hit 8 hours painting in a week. That's like roughly 1 hour a night, a little bit more than 1 hour a night, or a few sessions of 2 hours. I think it can happen. 8 hours a night is my first process goal to achieve my outcome goals. And to support that process goal, I have a smaller chunk of a process goal, and that is 1 time a day, I should swirl my paintbrush in the cup of water. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I've never once swirled my paintbrush in the water and not felt like at least putting a little paint down. So I think this is consistent and achievable. Every single day, I can at least sit at my paint desk and swirl that brush in the water, and eventually I will have probably more sessions than I expect. So I think this is a very good process goal for me. Again, I know that I like this from illustration. You guys should give it a try. Consistent, achievable. Summary, process goals, 8 hours a week painting, and 1 time a day, I need to swirl my paintbrush in my cup of water. I do not want to add more process goals because this is still my hobby and I would still like to enjoy it. And finally, the last component of good goals is accountability. How to achieve accountability? Social pressure. What does that mean? For those astute watchers, yes, you have revealed my trap card. I've roped all of you in to my goal success by making you guys accountable for my accountability, because I've created an environment of social pressure by making this video. And now that I've made my intentions clear, I've stated my goals in this video publicly. If I do not meet those goals, I am doomed to the humiliation, the public humiliation of my failure on a... Anyway, those are my New Year's resolutions for those with no money and no time in order to make a fulfilling hobby in the year of our Lord 2023. That's by setting outcome goals for myself and supporting those outcome goals with small process goals. I'm really excited. I think I'm going to make it. And of course, I'm going to document it all with you or face my public humiliation on a daily basis. For those of y'all on the Patreon, thank you so much for supporting the channel. For those of you on the Discord, thank you so much for supporting the channel. We love hanging out with you. Share your process goals and your outcome goals in the comments or on the Discord. Hobby Progress on the Discord for sure. We'll be sharing our painted models there. Please enjoy. Please like and subscribe, of course, and we'll see you next time.
Please like and subscribe. We've been through enough.